Welcome everyone to Studio Cafe 315. I'm Roseanne Perla. Today I'm working with the Lily of the Valley paper, DSP. I have a Granny Apple card base, and I am going to make a 3D card. I have seen this idea floating around over and over all over our demonstrator pages that we get inspiration from. And I decided that I wanted to try this card. It's called a double vision card or a 3D card using uh, DSP. And as you can see, these are the things that I'm using. I just did a 1.5 punch, and I am working on some little sentiments. Okay, these are sentiments. Sentiments are your greetings, your things that you're going to put on the card, the words that came up over the weekend. Someone said, "What's a sentiment?" um, so I uh, made sure I clarified that. And I am just going to click on my um, viewers to see who is on my page, who is watching, who I can um, see. There we go. Okay, this worked out a lot better. I did set this up this morning and I did get the correct view and everything. I'm just trying to get to see it in a large view there. And I have one person watching. Thank you for watching. And I plan on just being a half hour, so not too late for you. These are my summer hours. So let's get started. This card is really cool. Um, This is the Lily of the Valley, and I put the first piece down on a 4 by 5 1/4 piece, which will fit and give a perfect border of 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Okay, we'll attach that afterwards. Um, it is going to have, you can use dimensionals, or I used my foam adhesive strips. That's what I'm using. Just to give it a bit of a lift. I noticed that with the dimensionals, you don't really notice as much. Let me see if I can get this a little straighter. And hopefully I can. Um, you don't notice it as much. So um, yes, I found my ruler. For those of you who attended my class on Saturday, it was packed in one of my packages that I um didn't open, and it was there. It was probably right in front of me the whole time, as per usual. So, that is the story. So, I am using, I attached this with glue. You're going to see every other one, and then the other one is going to be attached with dimensionals or the glue strip. I'm going to try these strips, just a different variation. Each of these strips are a 1/2 inch by 4, well, a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4. Sorry, because this is 5 1/4. And I will have all of the dimensions for you. So this is not permanently down, it's a placeholder. And actually what I'm going to use are my glue dots that I conveniently left in the kitchen when I went to heat up my husband's dinner. Brought them in, had to go find them twice, and now, did I put them in the right spot where they should be in my container? No. So I'm just going to open up another box. I was trying to avoid that, but I will open up another box. Why not? Right? Okay. I'm sure they are here somewhere. I need to overhaul my entire room before I start another project. And today is June 1st, and I should have out my monthly projects. So I'm just going to put a glue dot on this side as a temporary hold. Um, everybody does it differently. So, but, oh, okay. And I don't want to attach it too hard, but I'm going to bump it right up against this one. And the reason for using this piece of cardstock underneath is it'll look pretty with the 3D. Okay, that's just about bumped up there. Okay. Now I'm going to glue this one down. And I'm using the regular um, Tombow liquid glue. And just a little drizzle. That's all you need. You do not want to drench your paper. So I want to give credit to the inspiration. I did not copy her exact thing, nor did I copy her technique. And I want to make sure, because I have these all in order. I was going to actually number them. So let me. Yeah, it's going to go this way. Yep. Okay. This needs to be a hair over. And I won't do the next one with the because these are going to fit exactly on here. I'm bumping it. Okay. Okay. There we go. So that one's down nicely. And I can actually take this one off. That's the danger of using a glue dot. I'm not going to do that again. So don't use that technique. I'm going to take off the strip, and this makes it very easy to get this down. And I'm lining it up just like a puzzle piece. Yeah, I do like the strips because they really do lift it a lot more than the dimensionals. And I'm sorry, I'm standing right over my mic and talking right into it, so I'll lower my voice. Okay. Now you can really see that standing up, and I like it. Okay. Okay, so this one is going to be a stand-up piece. See how it fits exactly? So I'm going to show you. I cut my strips ahead of time. The strips are 9 inches, so I cut them at 4.5 since the piece is 5.25. So it basically, you saw, covers the whole thing. And this is how they come on a piece like this. So I just cut them. So I have 4 of them cut. I just snipped it with my scissors. And this is a lot faster too in showing you this technique using these strips. Okay, and you can push them down a little bit just to lower the height if you want, because they are foam, so. And that to me is really nice. It's going to stand out nicely. Okay, so now this one, since I stuck that one down, okay, that is correct. Flip it this way. Get a little bit of Tombow glue, liquid glue. Our liquid glue product, this isn't ours. It's not Stampin' Up. Um, they have a thing with Tombow. And this glue is excellent. Okay. One more. I'm just going to place this. Okay. And I'm going to glue this one down next to it. And this is actually coming out very fast. Coming together very fast. Welcome everyone who's joined in. I figure everyone's available later. If not, you can watch it on replay. Please don't forget to subscribe. And like this video, and also comments. Comments are so important. They drive the video. Really, really important. Okay, and then this one is going to get the, yeah, I have two more, and it's exact because you only need 4 strips. You need two entire strips, but cut in half makes 4. And believe me, this is so fast compared to taking off all of those little tabs and having those tabs all over the place. I am my bathroom adjacent, and they end up in the hall. They end up in the bathroom. They end up everywhere. And it's like, how, you know? Okay, and one more strip, just already cut. Like I said, these are 9 inches. So I just used a ruler, took my snips, and cut right in the middle real quick. You could take your craft knife. I don't know why I took that off, but I did. Okay. This one's curling right up. And I have been eyeballing this technique and looking at it. Was on Demonstrators Planning Place. We have a lot of resources just for demonstrators. Look at that. Now, I can see a big difference in this. So you can see the lift every other one. And I am pressing them down just a little bit. Just because the foam tape is a little bit high, but that is what I wanted. Okay, so you can see that 3D look. Okay, I'm going to stamp a couple of different sayings, but I'm going to make the different patterns. And you saw it had the not crushed curry. This is here's the colors. I'm actually I bought the sticker sheet to do some scrapbook pages, and it's Valley in Bloom is the 12 by 12 DSP, and this is Darling Duckling. Okay, last year's 2025 to 2028 in colors. Okay, 2025, 6, 7, 2027. 2025 to 2027. 2 years they stay in. Okay. So there we have that. And now I'm going to use the Granny Apple card base. And I'm going to attach this evenly. Okay. And it has the darling duckling. That's why I picked darling duckling. These little flowers are darling duckling. So, so pretty. I probably could move this one up, even though I stuck it down pretty hard. I might have to get another piece because I see that it's not even on there when I'm standing up. See, I wasn't standing up. Um, I'm just gonna pull it off. Sorry. Again, this will be a free tutorial. I will write down the steps. I'm gonna grab my glue eraser. See that? You can just get that off. I don't need it all off, but majority of it. And I'm gonna pull it off of here. I'm just gonna put a new one on top of it. Okay. And then if I can gently just get off just some of it. That's it. Okay. Just so it just has a little bit of residual. Again, I'm going to take my snips and I'm going to go halfway. Stamping and applying things to the card base. I sometimes sit down, but I really should not. As you saw, big mistake. So, will this card need extra postage? It might not. So that's a trick too, not sealing it down until you know you're ready. See, that's good. Now I'm going to push on it. Okay. Now I have a choice of sentiments. Do I want Blackberry Bliss, which it has the light part of Blackberry Bliss in here, or Happy Birthday in Granny Apple? I even thought of bringing in the Darling Duckling. And I'm going to do a little ribbon. So before I seal that down, I'm going to do ribbon. Um, instead of tape, because this has the foam, I have a little bit of glue on there. I'm using, again, Tombow glue. Plus, I didn't want to use all of those dimensionals compared to just using 2 strips of tape. Well, I used 2.5. This is the right way. Just double checking. Yeah, your Lily of the Valley bells always go down. There we go. So, as I said, I've been eyeballing it. The person was Susan Campfield, um, with the double vision card that I got this idea from. And I think I'm going to use that, maybe that. And you don't need to add any more floral to this. You've got it all there. Maybe just hanging this down on the bottom or putting it up top so you don't mess up the whole illusion. I really like it. My other choice was just doing a round one and putting it on there. This one says, "So grateful for you." Let me try that. And I used these sentiments all from, I used Lily of the Valley stamp set bundle. So grateful for you or happy for you, a little thanks. I thought this was a little bit much for a little thanks, so I didn't do it. I think so grateful for you would be nice, but happy birthday is even better. So that's what I'm going to use. Happy birthday. And I'm just going to grab a ribbon, which I do have that Darling Duckling ribbon, and I'm going to use that rather than bring in a different color. I think I do have Darling Duckling. Let me see here. I have my little IKEA drawers. I'm not seeing it. I do have a lot of ribbons out that I, yes, I got it. Here is my Darling Duckling. Yeah, because I had all the in colors. I did not buy all of the in colors in the ribbon. So I'm thinking Granny Apple with the Darling Duckling would be really pretty. I'm going to use my pick tool and push this through each piece. It does create a little hole, but you can almost trim it off. I have a lot of ribbon here. I always use at least 8 inches, even though I didn't measure this. It's probably 7.5 at least. Pull it through. Okay, and I always do a little loop. And I was thinking about cutting this in half and I didn't. That's another thing you can do when you have thicker ribbon. And then I'm going to embellish it with a couple of dots. So this isn't really thick ribbon, but it's wide for this hole. Yeah, I think I am going to cut it in half. And this is just eyeballing it. Believe me, it doesn't have to be, it has to be straight, but not like to the extreme. So I'm holding the top of it, or the 3/4 of the way. And this gives me joy, creating and doing this on YouTube, and doing this and sharing this with you really brings me a lot of satisfaction. I can't tell you like how satisfying this is to share my creativity with you. I've been doing this for now more than 2 years, and I've been doing YouTube, Instagram lives, Facebook lives. I started with um, for a really long time. This is much better as a thinner ribbon. It was just way too thick and bulky. Okay, now what you can do is just put a little bow on there. Some people, do multiple ribbons. I'm just gonna keep it at one. Took a little extra time with that. Okay. And I am just gonna put some glue dots on this because I don't need dimensionals. So I'm going to get a couple here on that end, maybe 3 to hold that. And right between the Y and the B. Whoops. Right around there. And then towards the end. Okay, so let's see how we did. Yeah, great. It looks so good. And you can put a sentiment inside. I do have a white card to go inside, and then embellishments. And we are all set. So I'm just going to get my tape runner. This is the Stampin' Up! Stamp and Seal. Another great, it's taken me a while to get this, but now that I'm using it frequently, I am getting the hang of it. But I did just run out. No, I got it. One more corner, please. Yeah, okay. Now, normally I would stamp this first, but it'll be okay. I will find a sentiment later for it. Happy birthday. And then a couple of little embellishments. I have these beautiful ones. And also make sure I use the same paper on the back of my envelope and cut that and decorated the envelope. You could stamp the envelope as well. Oh, I was going to stamp inside. That's what I was going to do with one of the florals. So um, where are my dues? Okay. See these? Aren't they pretty? Shimmering dots. Item number 167949. Also, if you place an order anywhere in the United States from me this month, I am going to do all of my orders at the end of the month. Every single one of them will go on my gift wheel, and I will be spinning for a prize. And I have some other ideas this month. So this is going to be one of the card sets towards the end of the month. It will be a virtual tutorial. I am going to have an in-person and virtual um, night on Zoom for the, what am I thinking? I'm going to use the granny apple. Um, oh, the fabulous kits that are coming out. I do have a paper pumpkin exclusive page, but I am not doing paper pumpkin for May or June. I'm pretty sure I'll double check June, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do June as well. I'm going to put this little green drop on that leaf. I can even put them all in the interior instead of up. 3 little ones I'm going to use. And I need to fix this. This is what you do. These come with replacements. And I just need to get that down correctly. Push off, and there it works. And one right there. Maybe I need some white ones, little white ones. One up here. Well, I put that on the same line, but that's okay. And one over here. Go for 6. Wow. That's a record for me. Okay. So some white ones and some green ones. No rhyme or reason. And I might lift this with a couple of dimensionals or little tabs, little foam tabs, because it's sinking and I don't like that. So let me grab my foam. There's some in here. I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to grab and break off a little piece. No, that's not happening. Thought it was happening, but no. I'm going to do a couple of pieces. And I'm going to just stick it right underneath inside here. And sometimes you can just push your pick tool, as I speak from experience, and put it in there. Yeah, now you can't see it. Beautiful. And that's now standing up a little bit better. Just so you know, sometimes you go back and you have to do a little bit of extra things that you didn't know, and you're seeing afterwards. So let me get this right down in there better. Yeah, way better. Nice. One more. Why not? Okay. Well, thank you for watching. I am Roseanne Perla, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, a paper crafter, and you can find me on my webpage, Studio Cafe 315. All the links will be in the description. And I'm in love with this card. And if I wasn't satisfied, I would tell you I'm going to redo it, because now once in a while, it doesn't just turn out the way I want it to. I will do a short video on this, and I have another video from last week that I didn't post, my live, and it's this card, Happy Birthday, again, using all of Lily of the Valley and Valley and Blooms paper. And I am going to stamp the inside of this as well. Let me do that while I'm on. It makes no sense not to. Here's the stamps. And I use them all from here. So here's the happy birthday. And I'm going to grab this little Lily of the Valley with the leaves and all on there. And I'm in the Northeast, so yeah, that'll be pretty. And then my sentiment I'll do later. I'll find one. Okay. Oh, I got lots of compliments on my stand that I have at my class on Saturday. Everybody liked that stand for these acrylic blocks that my upline leader gave us when we attended a team event a couple weeks ago, mid-May. Okay, and I am going to do the granny apple green edge on this. You could do black, but I prefer the green. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So, there you have it. And my envelope. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment, a like. Subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm looking for my envelope. Here it is. Okay. And what other sentiments would you use on this? I have a little phrase on this card. And come back next Monday night. Come back during the week. Watch my um short videos putting these together, and I will have a set of 5 cards. It will be $15. With shipping, it will be $18 for the 5 cards. All the paper products you will get for this, um, and to put them together. And let me know also, do you prefer that I just give you the paper and you cut them out? Like something like this. I would give you the sentiment piece all done and then you just stamp it. Um, and or do you prefer I cut that all out? Because cutting it out takes me a long time and it's a lot easier. Like if we just did the class and you cut out the product during the class and for $18 shipping it and you make a $35 purchase the stamp set, that's all you would need. I would give you the ribbon, I would give you the embellishments. So 5 cards for $15 is a fantastic deal. And then you could stamp, if you wanted to use this as a sympathy card or a get well card, it would make a lot of different uses for this one card. Gorgeous. I love it. Thanks for watching and happy crafting. Have a wonderful week. And as I said, um, watch these videos as I do them this week. I don't have my normal sheet that I put out at the end. I used to put it out in the beginning. Now I put it out at the end, but I just didn't pull it. And as I said, I mean, everything's still upside down. I'm recovering from um, a surgery I had, so I am um, resting a lot and coming on live when I can. And I did my class this weekend, which wiped me out, truthfully, wiped me out. And if you missed it, the jam filled, you can still get that class. I will have a few sets available, probably not more than 3 sets of that class. And that class is really jam packed with tons of cutouts and tons of pieces. So I'm going to put a cutoff date on that this week, and I did cut it off for, today, but I I have 3 sets to sell. So, thank you very much. Happy crafting. Have a wonderful week.